Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new LEGO 2021 Star Wars set. That's going to be a set I can't believe I finally have, the 75299 Trouble on Tatooine Mandalorian set with 276 pieces, retailing for $29.99 USD or $30. And this set is amazing because we finally have the Mandalorian and Beskar armor, we've got Baby Yoda at a cheap set, and we got some really cute side builds and another Tuscan Raider. I love this set, very definitely close to one of my favorite Star Wars sets ever, which is not hard to do because I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, but this set is definitely up there. Box art looks really cool. We got the characters in the bottom right there. Actual size picture of the Mandalorian up top. On the back, we just got a picture of all the builds, you know, in a little, like, more realistic environment, pictures of the play features. And oddly enough, this was like a box you had to pull up the whole flap. I taped it down so it would like look a little nicer, but it was a very messy opening, which is quite strange. That's all I got to say for the box. Take a look at that instruction manual and then the build of the set. And here's that instruction manual, and it's strangely large. It's one of the large square ones with a Darth Vader at the top instead of the Mandalorian, which I don't understand because at the top of the box, the Mandalorian was there. So that's a bit of a continuity issue. Strange. We got just a picture right there. Instructions, I believe there were 3 bags in this set, one for each of the main builds. And then in the back, we have an advertisement for the other 2021 Star Wars sets, including 2 that were not officially revealed at the time the set leaked out, which was quite interesting. And then we have in the back, pictures of just the minifigures, the parts list, and then the Wind Robot in the back. Not too much else to say about this manual. All right, and here's the set all built up, and it looks fantastic. There are 3 different sections here. We're going to take a look at the minifigures first, and then the build, starting with the speeder, the little arrow thing, and then the actual tent itself. All right, and here's the first and the best minifigure in the set, and that's going to be the Beskar Mandalorian. He looks amazing here, and this is a minifigure I've wanted for such a long time now, and LEGO did not disappoint. The comparison between these two is incredible. You can barely believe they're the same minifigure. Unfortunately, underneath, this guy still has a plain black head. He has the exact same advanced grabber gun for his disintegration ray. You cannot strap it to his back, unfortunately. You can always add a grip like I did for this character, although it will damage the cape slightly, so be careful with that. He's got one of these pistol pieces. This is his other blaster. I believe we saw that with Jango Fett a while ago. And then his helmet is this pearl silver color, which looks really nice. It's unblemished. A very nice Beskar. And then pulling that off, you can pull the cape off. That'll give you a much better look at the arm printing along with the back of the torso printing. But first, let's take a look at all the leg printing here. Let me adjust my light slightly. There we go. Looks a little better there. You can see how he's got the ammo pack across the entire center of his chest. He's got the Beskar plate. He's got the knee pads. He's got some really nice shoulder pads and his little gauntlet there on his arm, which launches all those little silver bullets. He's got another one over there. Looks so cool. On the back, he's got a Beskar plate with a belt and another strap. All that is shiny and reflective and looks so cool. Honestly, could not have asked for a better minifigure. This character just comes together to form such a perfect design. Like, the arm printing is unheard of in Star Wars, and it's amazing. I honestly don't know if they could ever improve this character more than they already have. He's so cool, and I'm so happy to get Din Djarin in LEGO form, especially in his Beskar armor. Next up, real quick, it's the Tuscan Raider, and he's got his little staff right here. Nothing too much to say about this character. He's got some cool robes with some ammo designs, nice printed legs, torso printing on the back, head wrap with some spikes. Looks like Tuscan Raider. It's the exact same character we've been getting for a while now. Still nice to get here. Looks pretty cool. I definitely appreciate the inclusion, and although I really would have preferred a different character, but more on that in the final verdict. All right, and the final character is going to be Baby Yoda, and he comes with this Papoose piece that we saw in the LEGO City People Pack a couple weeks ago, and that just straps onto the speeder. I'll show you how that works in a second. And this character is made of 2 pieces. The traditional LEGO baby body with a tiny bit of printing up front right there with some green hands, and then this little Baby Yoda head that just clips on and looks adorable. You can spin that around, but you can't really rotate anything else. Looks great, a really great character. A little large in the back. I wish they had done like a unique mold for him, maybe in the future, but this character is adorable, and I'm so happy to get him here because this is my first Baby Yoda, and I love it. Definitely I would say best character in the set, but we have Beskar Mando, so it's a really close tie between the two of them, but together they really sell this set, and I would have gladly paid $30 just for the 2 of those characters. All right, and the first build of the set is going to be the speeder bike from the Mandalorian, and it's pretty cool. They got some bending up there and some articulation down here and everything, so you can manipulate that for how you want. There's a little pack on the side here which you can slot Baby Yoda. Works pretty well. It just slides in there, and there's those little pieces holding them in place. It's a backpack here, and there's 2 grips on either side. You can take the Mando's gun and just clip it there, and then his other gun on the other side, you can just clip to that one, and that holds him in place. And I've been having some difficulty getting the Mandalorian to actually sit here. I mean, you can put him in, lean him back, and try to get him to clip on the hands. It's a little difficult to do. There's one and there's two, but he leans kind of awkwardly, and to set him up, it just doesn't seem to work very well. And especially if you have the cape on him, it's going to really wrinkle and crease. It's very difficult to do that, and like I said, it gets stuck here. I'm just not a fan of the way that works. I guess the best course of action would just be to bend the handles out like that and place him directly in the center, and then just make it look like he's using the handles, just holding them there. Because I don't really know how this is supposed to work. The cover art shows him leaning back and holding them, but I don't really know. It's kind of weird. But that's pretty much all I got to say for the speeder. It looks really great. I love the gripping on the side. It's definitely accurate, and I would have maybe preferred like a clear block to hold it up a little bit. But I like the design. It's a really nice display piece, and definitely well built and very accurate to the show. All right, the next part of this set is going to be the turret right here, which was used to, spoilers, attack the giant dragon monster. And there's a tiny bit of articulation here. You can move those up and down, but most of it's locked in this arrow formation. It's a pretty simple build. They got a cube up there holding it upright, and this bends up and down. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. There is a push missile that launches right there. You do get an extra one in the set, and it's a shiny pearl silver, which I think is the first time for this kind of piece in that color, which is cool. There's not too much to say about it. It's accurate, although I don't really appreciate its inclusion. I would have preferred another speeder for the Marshal. If we could have gotten like a Boba Fett style character with a, was it Cobb Vanth's face underneath? I think that would have been so cool, more than that in the end. But I think this could have been rebuilt into that speeder and would have made the set 100 times better. But this is still a good inclusion. Works pretty well, good for playability. And the final part of the set is going to be the Tuscan Raider hut, and you can always I dropped him. And you can always take your Tuscan Raider minifigure and just set him sitting by the fire, have him cooking. There's a little pot right there with a bone in it. There's a plate in the back, and the hut does open like that, and you can raise and lower the tops and bottoms of the huts. I do find it interesting how it's like a half enclosed hut. There's a lot of gaps and holes here. I feel like the build could have been like really much better built. Like, that's weird. It's just not a very sturdy build, and it's pretty flimsy and weak for what it's supposed to represent. Like, who would have an open face hut like this? I mean, it works, it's decent. I'm really disappointed that this set doesn't have Cobb Vanth or another speeder. I mean, I love this build, but I think it would have been so much better to keep the Mandalorian speeder, have that, keep this, and then turn this into a speeder, add Cobb Vanth, and keep the price at $30, maybe raise it to $35. You'd have 3 minifigures, Baby Yoda, and then 3 vehicle builds, and I think it would have worked so well. I mean, it's still pretty good, don't get me wrong. I do like this build. It's cute, it'll look good on display. You can always turn it to like the back here, separate the 2 pieces, and if you have the Micro Fighter set, with the little Bantha, you get another Tuscan Raider. That looks good together. It's a little scene there. This is not included, by the way. This is separate. You'll see a review of this set very soon. But yeah, it's a pretty good build, but let's move on to the final verdict. All right, overall, I'd rate this set a solid 8 out of 10. The Baby Yoda minifigure and the Beskar Mandalorian are amazing. The speeder bike is great. I think I had the handles positioned wrong earlier in the video. It's still not any easier to make them hold them, but it's a tiny bit easier, but it's still kind of awkward. The set itself is great. I do appreciate the hut's inclusion. It looks nice. I was a little harsh on it because I feel like the set's potential is wasted, but it's still pretty good. This build is actually really nice. I really like the turret. It's a bit oversized, but it's still... Oh, I pushed that out. There we go. It's still really cool. I'm not sure why this missile's not... There we go. Oh, and I lost that. Not sure if you can hear that rattle, but it's still a pretty good set. I definitely enjoy it. I don't really have any problems with what we got. I have a problem with what we didn't get. Again, if we could have had a Cobb Vanth minifigure in here, that would have made it so much better. And other than that, guys, that's all I got to say for this set. I'd love to hear your opinions and thoughts in the comments down below. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I might have gotten something wrong here, but I did love the Mandalorian TV show. I really hope we get more sets. The show really has not gotten enough love in LEGO. We have the giant Baby Yoda set. We got that ATST set, the Razor Crest, and then this. I would love for some more sets because there's a ton of characters, specifically like Queel and a bunch of other characters, Moff Gideon. We need to get in LEGO form, a Darksaber. I'd love to get a Bo-Katan, stuff like that. I'd love to see more sets from this. So if you guys have any ideas for cool sets they could do, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you all have a fantastic and safe rest of your day.